Howdy y'all, Fame here. I'm going to do a RogueTech playthrough. Do a Primitive Mech start. I've got Commander's experience jacked up to the max and Mechbay armor speed set to easy. Just settings I prefer. Everything else default. I will be fast forwarding through loading screens during post-processing. No sense in you suffering through it. Okay, here we are at our player selection screen. I think we will go deep periphery. I do like the idea of a gambler. And we'll go Corsair this time. The pirate mechs fit in to me better than the other options that you can pull with the primitive mechs. They're somewhat flawed, not extremely powerful. Also adds up with a nice full collection of quirks for our mage and pilot. That portrait's sufficient. It'll be a he with. Dude, I do like the new voice packs. Grandpa text. He's pretty funny. May go with the old man's portrait though. Sean Figara. Faruga. I can't say it. There we go. Sean Livingston. And something old man. Jethro. There we go. And we'll confirm those. And into the Undersphere we go. Check out our Mechbay. Ooh, we picked up a Ostwar. LRM-20. It's a nice start. Multi-track. It's not so primitive. It's a pair of SRM-4s. That's 3 missile hardpoints on a heavy mech with a couple of lasers to go along. That's a nice mech. That can last a while. Let's see. Toro. A little bit of SRM boat and a large laser. It's not that great a mech. The swordsman can be great. It's got a decent selection of hard points. Couple lasers, ballistic missile. He can be set up to be a pretty good mech with you once you start replacing some interior components. Ooh, the Wolverine. Not that wonderful of hardpoint solutions though. Just a medium laser in the head and a AC5 with a double bin for whatever reason. Yeah, pretty limited build options with that hardpoint layout. But it's what we've got. And that's a throwaway mech. At least with me driving it. Yeah, that won't last long at all. Yeah. Might as well not deploy that one. Go ahead and look at the Toro. Said it wasn't that great. It is 2 missile hardpoints and an energy hardpoint. Not the worst possible options, but it's not a great one either. But it's what we're dealt. So that's 4 mechs plus a SRM carrier. Always great early game, and even quite a ways into the game actually, because you can You can deal quite a barrage if you can get behind someone with it. Let's meet our lovely pilots who will be driving these things. Go ahead and build our Jethro out with most likely going to go Bandit because he's got the lucky and some called shot bonus stuff. So introduced Jam Chance. That could be really nice for perhaps some risk MML type builds too, or heavy MRMs. So that's kind of going to be his build philosophy here. Should we go Tactician, or I think I will distribute these as this way.
Training complete.
Let's see, who else do we got? Adrenaline. He's got a recoil reduction, Commander, and Gladiator. Didn't notice. I suppose our Wolverine could be a mixed usage type build. What else do we got? Ex-military.
Yep.
No experience on these two.
Orders.
Jester's got experience. So, not so bad. Commander. And ex-military.
Standing by.
Yep.
Phantom. He's got a lot of traits going for him. Most of these guys will be built
Training confirmed.
quite similarly,
Reporting.
just because early on you need to be able to hit, and to be able to hit you need to see, so just the first bump in gunnery and tactics makes a great deal of sense. So, do need to look for a vehicle pilot, make sure we got enough of those.
Receiving you.
And other than that, it's just going to be who's got experience.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Aye, aye.
Orders.
Yes,
I
Commander.
think that's got them.
Ready for orders.
So as far as deployment to the individual mechs, we'll see that shortly. Okay, we'll take, we could probably get by under this cap. And it's a tundra map as well, it helps with some air heating. Polar, destroy base. Yeah, I think this battle is our best option here. Yeah, we don't have to worry about 400 tons. And the carrier. So, Jethro in the Ost War with his clustering and the good selection of missiles. I think we will put Adrenaline in the Wolverine. It could make a sort of ad hoc melee mech if it needs to be. It doesn't have much other weapons options. And it does have one hand. Actually, two hands. So yeah, that can be a thing. The Swordsman, if someone had some clustering options, perhaps. But I don't think, no, nobody else does. Recoil may come into play later. And Whisper. Yeah, really doesn't matter. We'll put Whisper on the SRM carrier. And off we go. Hey, at least it's daylight. I seem to be cursed by the primitive start night mission for the first mission every time plague, but this time we at least got daylight. Alright, we Where shall we deploy? So they're kind of in this area here. Come in from this. No, too close. Looks like we'll deploy into the back of these woods. Get a copperhead in sight.
Got something you want done?
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
And we got reinforcements. That's somewhat unfortunate. Looks like some
What are your
VTOLs.
orders, Skipper?
Ease the sword just going forward.
10-4.
Yeah, not much of a hit chance, but that's the way this early game goes.
God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
Forward as well. We'll take the best hit chances here. Yeah. Martine. Some good hits.
Stop me.
Receiving you.
Advance with the Wolverine as well. Not a bad hit chance. But a substantially larger miss chance.
Ready for orders.
Toro. Yeah, kind of split the difference. See if we get a better hit chance one way or the other. Yeah, still better on the Martin.
Damn it.
Commander.
Our carrier. Move him around to the side and try to make a wide flank. That's a lot of missiles. We could probably kill him. Got plenty of ammo.
Vehicle fragged.
Oh. Wouldn't mind having that gun, even if it is a regular rifle, rotary or something. Would be a nice addition to perhaps the Wolverine.
God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
He's forward. Got a spider out on that side. Got a copperhead and the locust here. That's some pretty good hit chances on the striker. Yeah. I'm liking this Ostwar.
Armor's holding, Commander.
As many mechs as have been put into this mod, I've played quite a bit of RogueTech, and I don't believe I've ever had an Ostwar. So it's it's a pretty expansive stable of mechs to choose from. I've run, I don't know, probably 6 or 8,
Damage is minor.
maybe more primitive starts that I've played for any kind of reasonable length since it's been in, and just never happened to roll one. Yep. Slocus is not doing well, so that's,
Ready to rock.
if we can keep that up, we may come through this first mission fairly decently.
Locked on. All weapons in.
Yeah. Striker's in pain as well. The carrier can come up and just eliminate that spider if we can get behind him. A little bit of friendly fire there for him.
Minimal damage on that hit.
If he'll keep that up, this will make it a lot easier. Something with some artillery back in the back.
Orders.
I'm a fan of artillery, so I will loot that if I can.
Ready to go.
Yeah, let's throw in some Inferno just to set the trees on fire.
Receiving you.
And our Wolverine.
Confirmed.
Check some hit chances. Actually, they're really good on the Pirate Stalker. Perhaps taking it out may be the best.
Let's see how you
Now he's
handle this.
opening a couple of panels. A little splash damage will get him. Yeah, we've got a pretty good position going. A little death from above. That'll probably be the end of that spider. My carrier will wreck him next go. Move the Toro over here for a side shot into the locust. Perhaps. Hit chances aren't that great, but yeah.
Reporting negative damage.
Oh, not moving? Is he ace pilot? Oh, he's just gonna. That's probably a mistake.
Light damage, Commander.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
Take a side step here.
You're asking a lot of an old guy.
We could annihilate the locust most likely. That copperhead's doing more damage. And in the back is another copperhead. Yeah. Target's off the field.
I'm knocking him down just like Bella.
Well,
Confirmed.
almost off the field.
rolling. I'm on him.
Sometime soon, the locust will be off the field. Carrier's getting beaten up a little bit. Still got some armor though. He's got one important task.
Commander.
He's got to. I'm gonna pull him back a bit
On the move. Full
and
speed.
just nuke the spider. Go for a leg. I don't know that it matters.
Inflicting some heavy damage.
Yes, you did. Still, the locust remains seated. Ah, okay, now he moves.
What's up, boss?
And I'm gonna advance the Toro forward. Try to hit the copperhead a bit. Yeah. Got him open.
Skipper.
Swordsman. AC5's minimum range is coming into play. Just going to switch targets.
You got it.
See if we can take out the spider. That one's out.
Target down.
My Toro getting light on the
Hard
armor.
hit there. She's running too hot. Standing by.
Let's try out this punching capability, or kicking in this case. Will not fire the AC. Yeah, kick. Yeah, kick's best. Hit chance not great though. Be better off kicking the locust.
Moving to position. Locked on for physical attack.
It's not so bad.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
try to draw some fire with this Osprey.
You're asking a lot of an old guy.
Destroy the copperhead if we
Knock him
can.
down just like Bello Woods.
Getting panicked.
Yes, Commander.
Now, I can come in with the carrier. I will adjust a bit here so that I could hit either target, depending on the hit chances. Hit chance is pretty good. Dead fire's not great. But I will go Inferno for the extra damage and the possibility of secondary damage.
One more for the scrappy.
That worked.
Ready for orders.
Back off the Wolverine. Yeah. Try for the striker. We got a hit. Just not in one of the softened locations. Ouch.
We lost one of ours.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
I mentioned I didn't care for the Toro.
Here we go.
All right, boys, follow me. We're gonna go.
Target down.
A little bit of friendly damage, but removed the target. Reasonable trade. Oh, that Australia.
Ah, God, I
That's
was
such
sleeping.
great armor in the
What do
back.
you want?
Hit the striker. Yeah.
Buttons and you can't stop.
Crit seeking.
That's an awfully nice
Just
Buick
enough.
you have. Pity if anything.
Awaiting orders.
Then shot at you, out from under him. Let's see. I'm not gonna go quite so aggressively with this carrier. It's prone to dying. Yeah, no hit chance anyway.
Ready for
Bullfinch seems to be combat ineffective. All of his weapons damaged or something. Out of ammo. Yep. Worth a shot at the copperhead, but
Failed to connect.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
yikes, horrible hit chances. Let's save the heat. Just go LRM. Ow. Gotta upgrade the armor on this beast.
Yep. Location
See if
confirmed.
we can get a decent shot at him.
Receiving you.
There we go.
10-4.
Slide him up there.
Salvo.
That's great.
Bird down.
All we're gonna do is wipe out this last
Ah, God,
annoyance,
was
and I think.
sleeping. What do you want? You're asking a lot of
Yeah,
an
there's
old
one
guy.
more. There's one more enemy hidden somewhere. I have to seek him out. Good hits on the bullfinch. Mindful of that min range. Not sure where the other one is hiding, unless this is one of two.
I'm here.
Running away like a coward. I'll never be able to hit him from here, but yeah. You miss all the shots you don't take.
One less vehicle.
Reporting.
So now let's seek out this last. There he is. And it's a Herbie. Yeah. Herbie with the howitzer.
Ah, God, I was was sleeping. What do you want?
Let's just save the heat.
Commander.
Shoot at him with AC5.
Roger.
Magic doesn't happen twice with a
Target missed.
sub
Confirmed.
20% hit chance. But
Double time. Let's go.
pepper him a little bit. Stay spread out decently enough to avoid cluster damage. Yeah.
Got lucky. Awaiting orders. Go, go, go!
Standing by.
Make these maneuvers,
Confirmed.
close in, and put the kill on him.
Confirmed.
One hit.
Oh, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
If we can ever get him open, LRM-20 will be able to take him down.
Woods. I
Got his
broke him
laser.
like my
Yep.
Just walk forwards for a little better hit chance.
Affirmative.
Got the arm off.
Critical hit.
But it wasn't his laser that was doing us damage.
Receiving you.
I'm trying to keep the mobility up here.
Oh, God, I was sleeping. What do you want? Knocking him down just
One
like
or two
Bellow
hits.
Woods.
Orders. Order acknowledged. In order. Ready for orders.
This marching death will eventually get him.
Engaging with target.
Awaiting orders.
Can come into range there. Switch over to standard. Yes, lots of hits.
Scored a critical hit.
That shot just grazed.
Oh,
One more
God, I
lucky
was
head
sleeping.
hit.
What do you want?
A knockdown. And he is dead.
Knocking him down just like Bellow Woods.
Crit the gyro.
I broke him like my...
Orders. I copy.
Here we go.
Fire all
That got him. We're out.
Mechs destroyed.
That was a very successful first mission. I have had it go much, much worse on the primitive start. Good sign for this play. Losing a little money, but we were after equipment here. First order of business is to upgrade our current mechs to something useful. We have lots of mech parts on the board, but not our priority at all. Quick look at the weaponry, but truth be told, we need the things to point the weaponry. I'm gonna grab that armor stack because that's a instant upgrade for all the mechs. Basic cockpits, again, instant upgrade for at least 2 of the mechs. Some good old standard fusion engines. Upper recoil is really nice, but if there was something else, it would be worth having. 3 stack of basic sensors may be the actual better pick here. There's other nice things, but they cost a lot of money to install in some cases, and the like, so it's not perhaps as good as even just this basic upgrade. Of course, anything we get on the other side is bonus. SRM2s, I am not a fan. I'll just go sell those straight out. I'll keep a rocket pack or 2 around though. Sometimes for that last little bit of my build, it's useful. We got the Endo for free, Pharaoh for free. Yes. Heavy rifle stuff. With primitive playthrough, sometimes I do end up using the very basic rifle stuff. it can work out. Okay, a lot of things going on in the war. These are wonderful additions, but in this playthrough it'll be a minute before that's important. Got a decent chunk of repairs. Go ahead and jump to engineering. Config for a rush on Mech Lab 2, or Repair Bay 2. And the swordsman, it took no damage, so we'll go ahead and begin adding some upgrades to it. We may or may not keep the Toro, because we do got a random pirate mech on the way, right? So, throw some armor. Fire control standard. Cockpit basic sensors. Max the armor. That's a pretty good set of updates there. Go for a primitive engine replacement here. Gets us nearly another ton. But I need another ton for something. It's 2 tons. Didn't get anything useful to put in that, so I'll hold off on that for the moment on this mech. Nothing real great elsewhere. So I'll add that to the queue.
Right. I'll get it, this kid.
Let's drop the Toro. Let's give it a good hard look before we spend all that money repairing it. So yeah, you got whipped. Basically an empty mech. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that before we spend all the money to repair it, we should see what the pirate mech is. Almost tempted to just grab it straight away. I'll wait though. It's only the next day before we find out. Sweet. Let's see what we got. And it's an urban mech pirate.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Yeah. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. At least it's got a nice kit out of hard points. But that 60 core though, damn. Nothing to replace it at the moment. Yikes. So yeah, it's not a great mech, but it is a mech. Pepper boxes are okay. Yeah. Yikes. I don't have the things to rebuild the Toro. I need to rebuild the urban mech to make it competitive. What kind of core does the Flea have? 145. Alright. We'll scrap him and him. We will refit the pirate mech completely, or more or less completely. Gone is the 60 core. Probably use Endo to bump our 145 core in him. And now he's a 5.7 with 6 tons of weaponry, and we only need 5 heat sinks. So 9 tons of weaponry with a 5.7. Okay, now that's a beast. We don't really have much in the way of rocket armament for the moment, or anything else for that matter. We got 1 laser slot, 2 missile slots, so actually rocket. Got some machine guns, not particularly useful. So perhaps the pepper box do stay. Yeah, that's the right place for it. Pair of pepper boxes, probably not, but one pepper box anyway. And one rocket pod. Yeah, I already have rocket. Yeah. And then 1.5 tons to go. Do I've got any jump jets? Nope. Got very little in the way of options at the moment. It's another. Grab another heatsink. If I pick the right place, that goes down. Yeah. So another half ton in armor. And I think that'll do it. Yeah, that's a Mech. Sorta.
I'll let you know when that's done.
All right. Roll one day for our Wolverine. Can repair him up. I'll save it. I may put the Pharaoh on the Ostwar. We could use some weight savings in armor. We only got one cockpit, but we got 2 tons worth of armor. Sure. Probably drop some jump jets for the armor. And that's a pretty decent setup. If I had a single bin of AC5, I would, because there's just no way you'll ever shoot 50 shots. Do have a pepper box rifle, but no, he needs a large ballistic.
Log and note.
And
Shouldn't be too hard.
a day for the Ostwar. Repair him. He took some structural damage there. Yeah. Did we get any kind of... No special ammos. Small lasers. Anyway. Pharaoh. And basic sensors. And backup power. Now, heat efficiency sucks. So let's go ahead and max the armor to a reasonable extent. Yeah, I was just max it complete, it looks like. Yeah. So back off a bit there. So that's its configuration for the moment.
I'll get it.
Need some more things to make use of a engine swap. Perhaps we'll get those in the next episode. Thank you for watching. This has been Refame.